Welcome back. In this session, we are going to transform our data from the date file to create one record per week, which will include the week start date and the week end date and also the new derived week number column we've created here. So let's do that. In order to do that, we need to create an aggregate transformation. So you can use aggregate transformations to define aggregations of columns in your data stream. You can define different types of aggregations such as min, max, count, etc., anything you do in SQL or other programming languages. And you can group by an existing column in the stream, or you can have a computed column created as well. So let's start creating our aggregate transformation. So if you click here and select aggregate, I'm going to call mine as aggDim_date and incoming trace stream is the derived column stream. Say you got two main things to choose here, group by and the aggregates. So group by lets you select your group by columns. This is not mandatory, it is optional, but one thing to bear in mind is if you don't have a column you will end up having just one record. So every record would be aggregated to one record because there is no group by columns, and the aggregates is where you specify your aggregated outputs. So let's do the group by first. So we want to pick the column we derived in the previous step, which is our ECDC year week, and we'll return the name as the same. You can rename it if you want it. So the next thing to do is to create our aggregates. We got two aggregates to create. One for the week start date, one for the end date. As you can see here, you can either add a new column or you can use existing column and then just have the expression on that one. So let's, in our case, create a new column, and this is going to be week start date. And our expression. So you can open up the expression builder and then you can do that. So that'll be, in our case, it's min, so it's a lowercase min, and that will be our date itself. So that's our start date. And also, to add the new one, either you can do here at column, and this will be called weekend date. And in this case, you can either type in here or you can open up the expression builder. So that would be max date. Max date. So we've done our group by and the aggregates. And let's look at the inspect. As you can see here, these are the three columns which are going to come out of this stream now, which will be the ECDC year week. That's the new derived column. And the week start date and the end date. Let's go to data preview and see whether the aggregate has brought out the results we wanted. Okay. As you can see here, the data preview has now refreshed and we got our weeks. So in the week 2 example, we had the 5th of January to 11th of January. So that's what you got here. So that's brilliant. But I want to show you one more thing to show you the power of the aggregate transformation. And with that, we'll be able to eliminate the need for the derived column transformation. So within the derived column transformation, we created this column with this expression here. So let me copy that, but you can use that within the aggregate itself. So within the aggregate transformation, we've had a group by column, which we use the existing field from the stream ECDC year, week, but instead you can derive a column within the aggregate transformation itself. So you click on the open expression builder and then you just need to have that. So that will be your year plus the week, and then the L pad with the year, week of the year to come a 0. So that'll L pad your week number as well. So let's refresh this and see what's coming out. So as you can see, we got our output with the ECDC week is exactly what we expected to see. So let's click save. And in that case, we can remove this from the stream itself. And if you now click on the data preview, you would still have that column. Okay. As you can see here, we got the ECDC week with the new value and the week start date and the end date, and we've got exactly what we wanted to see. So with that, we've simplified the stream by removing the derived column transformation and putting the logic into the aggregate transformation. But you will find the derived column transformation quite useful in other scenarios where you don't have aggregate transformation or something similar to deal with these kind of scenarios. So that's the end of this session. In the next session, we'll see how to join this dim date source stream with the hospital admissions data stream and take the start date and the end dates forward. See you then.